like meme coin season is back. And a lot of these old school meme coins, pepe, floki, dogwifhat, Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, Bonk, Eliza OS, you name it, they're up. We're even seeing creator coins go absolutely insane. And you're going to see this narrative pop up all over the internet about meme coins. But I'm here to tell you, we are not in like a crazy bull market yet. Okay. We're nowhere near close in my personal opinion. So if you want to participate with meme coins, great, fine, fantastic. But I'm really not going to be participating too much because there's too much risk. And one of the things that we see happen in crypto, that we've seen happen every single cycle. Again, I've been here since end of 2017, so I'm very familiar with the way the markets move and what happens when we're in downtrends and all of those types of things. So one of the things that we'll generally see a lot is that, when there's not a lot of price action happening with Bitcoin, because generally what happens is when Bitcoin pumps, traders and people are taking profit and then they're putting it into altcoins, those start to run, and then into the more risky stuff. And it's it's part of the cycle. We didn't really see that happen in 2025 because we're in this new era where we have vertical integration with crypto and with crypto into traditional finance, the ETFs, et cetera. And meme coins, sucked a lot of liquidity out last cycle. And again, if you know how to play with meme coins, you're going to do great. You will do absolutely incredible, because with meme coins, there's a certain PvP method to do so. And you have to be able to sell, and you have to be able to literally sit by your computer 24/7, 365. Me personally, I'm not going to participate. My goal right now is to protect my capital. And by protecting my capital, what I mean by that is that when the existing bags that I have, I'm going to protect those. If there's assets that I want to add more of that I think will perform better later on, I will either add more of those, or I'll take a look at my existing portfolio and I'll kind of rebalance that. And the reason why I want to do it is because I want to protect my capital. And when we do eventually run, whenever that will be, even if it's in 2027, 2026, whatever, I want to be able to protect my capital. I want to be able to make money. Also, make sure smash like and share this. For some reason, it's not getting pushed out. But again, that happens. That's life. Now, some of the stats that we're seeing right now is that there's about 30% gains across the board when it comes to meme coins. And that's like with the big boys like the pepe and the dogwifhat and whatnot. And another thing that I want to remind you guys is that generally people with old bags that have liquidity, that have capital, they can inject liquidity into these things. The larger market caps are a lot harder. And they're able to move market up so that they can take profits, they can cash out, they can make a little bit of extra money here or there, and then they're going to abandon the project. And it's so easy to create a coin right now, you can simply move on to the next. So that's a behavior that I'm a little bit cautious about seeing, primarily because like a lot of people, especially my audience, we're not the best traders, and that's okay. And again, to do this full time, you have to be able to sit by the computer full time and do it. So for me, it moves too fast. It's not something I'm interested in. If you guys want to trade meme coins, that's your business. I just am not seeing, I'm gonna assume most people are gonna get wrecked. But we're gonna see a lot of these dead coins, because what happens is these things pump like crazy. They sustain for a while if they do, and then they drop. They drop like 80%, 90%, et cetera. And then they just kind of move sideways, and then liquidity is ejected so that they go back up. But the people that are profiting on these in most cases, they're the ones with a lot of capital. They're the ones that could potentially be able to move markets. And again, this type of behavior does happen with stocks. So I'm not telling you to buy any of this stuff. I'm just explaining to you what is happening. You're going to see 400 time gains, 200 time gains, whatever time gains, okay? That's fine, because there are some people that are going to be able to perform really well with that. But if you're not an experienced meme coin trader, because even with meme coins, it's a lot different than with actually trading, just because these markets move so much differently. But again, if you are good at it, do it. Have fun. I'm not going to tell you guys to. I don't think it's a great thing. I think the moral of the story is to protect the capital. So we saw like the pepe and Popcat, Mog, Floki, Dogwifhat, those go up. And some of those are actually legit projects. Thank you so much to Lawrence for the $10 super chat. Good morning. And with that being said, there's going to be a lot of risk factor with that. So most of you are going to be better off dollar cost averaging if you decide to do that. If you decide to dollar cost average, again, that's your business. You guys will be better off dollar cost averaging into projects that you believe in, or even just Bitcoin. And again, if you're somebody that's like, I don't know how to do this, like, I don't know how to invest, blah, blah, we have Dame. He's my personal financial advisor when it comes to crypto portfolios. And I send people over, like anybody that I know in the real world that is like, hey, I don't know how to do this, but I want to get involved with crypto. He's a licensed financial advisor. It's like using one of the big brokers and whatnot, like the people that manage your 401ks. Just do that. And also we have over 200 people, but only 18 likes, so go ahead and smash the like. So we're starting to see that happen with meme coins. They're popping off. People are making money. You know, we're going to see all these crazy headlines. Okay. So the reason why the title was placed like that, number one, to get attention, but number two, I want you guys to watch and I want you guys to hear what I'm saying. And then I want you guys to, or listen to, or hear what I'm saying, but listen to yourself and then kind of go ahead and pay attention to the charts. And again, with a lot of the larger meme coins, those will sustain a lot more because they need more liquidity to sustain. And the more liquidity you have, the less volatile we'll see. Now, another thing that happened that we talked about was Nick Shirley's coin on Base Zora. So Nick Shirley is the young kid that did the Minnesota thing, whatever. And again, I think creators should be paid. Absolutely, because we don't make enough in monetization on a lot of these apps unless you're at a certain level. So I think I have cheese here. So I believe all creators should get paid. Like, they deserve to get the bag. However, creator coins are not built out yet. They're not built out properly to where the audience is, I don't want to say protected, but again, it's almost like launching a meme coin to an extent. These numbers go up and then they go down. And there's a lot of people that get caught holding the bag just because they don't necessarily know how to trade this stuff properly. And that's not a bad thing. It just is what it is. It's the absolute truth. And again, your game is right, especially right now, as we are still in this downtrend, protect your capital. Protect your capital and put capital in, move capital around in a smart way, invest in a smart way. Now, so what happened with the Nick Shirley coin, you know, it ended up pumping from, and again, I absolutely believe creators should get paid 100%. But this thing went from all the way to $8-9 million market cap, which that also tells you what type of market that we're in, that we're not in like a crazy bull market. We're still like in this recovery phase. Okay. So it went from 8 to 9 million and then it dumped 80% to $2 million. And then it was talked about quite heavily on X because Base is promoting it, Zora is promoting it, everybody's talking about it. And then it went up and then it actually pumped it 200%. And again, you could pump liquidity and do all different types of things with these. And now, but again, when I look at creator coins, I still look at those as like meme coins. And I've never launched a creator coin. I don't plan to because they're just not built out enough yet. You know, I want to make sure that if I do decide to do that in the future, which they probably will be, the future is being done properly. But moral of the story is we're starting to see a lot of these dead meme coins that were not moving start to move. There's people that are, again, you have to understand these people have insane capital, or they have insane bags when it comes to a lot of these older stuff. Like, they've already been in. And when you really think about it, you don't want to be the one that gets caught left holding the bag right now. Okay. What you want to do is you want to use your capital smart. You want to protect what you have. If you're like, hey, you know what, I can't really invest anymore, times are hard, or you know, I just can't invest anymore. You don't have to. Okay. You can protect the capital that you have. And there's a really, really simple thing to do this. Really, really simple thing. And it's do nothing. Sit on your hands. Because when you sit on your hands and you're not doing anything, your capital just sits there. And you're protecting it. And you're not doing anything. You're just kind of watching the markets. And it's, you know, you come back to the show, you watch and you hear what you watch and you see, or you watch and you hear what I'm saying, and then you continue to follow the news, and then you can continue to make moves that are beneficial to you as far as money making goes. So moral of the story is meme coins are semi back right now. We're seeing a lot of the old ones pump. A creator coin is not fraud. That's the thing. It is not fraud any way, shape, or form. There can be, you know, questionable behavior that happens with meme coins, and it's not on the creator. And that's why I say this is not a creator. Creator coins are just not built out yet. There's other people that have access to, or can pump liquidity and stuff. And so it's not him, unless it's proven that it's him. So more of the story is we want to protect capital. Okay. If you want to participate with meme coins, that's a personal choice for you. Me, I will talk about them, but I'm not going to be participating in them. Okay. And at the end of the day, we're here to make as much money as ethically as possible and take care of our families, have a better quality of life, because the government everything is crazy right now. But anyways, thank you guys so much. Shout out to Dale. Shout out to Lawrence. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Shout out to Sparkwater. Who else is here? Who else came? To Mr. R, and sending y'all love and light. Got a busy day with my baby today, and yeah, so I'll chat with you guys soon. And again, protect your capital. Don't buy into all this type of stuff unless you understand that you're probably going to lose money in most cases. And make sure to smash like and share.